Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on SOM TV, the pulse of the nation. You can follow us on Facebook at SOM TV and on YouTube at SOM TV Live. Now the major headlines. Committee for the Defense of Human Rights intervenes to mediate disputes at Michael Umuodu National Institute for Labor Studies amid protests against Issa Aremu's reappointment. President Bola Tinubu's job approval rating climbs to 40% amid mixed public reactions. National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control seized 4 rice milling farms in Nasarawa for producing substandard rice ahead of Eid-el-Kabir. I am Esther Oka-Steven. Now the news in full. The Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, has stopped into the mediates to dispute at Michael Umuodu National Institute for Labor Studies following protests against the reappointment of Issa Aremu as Director General. While acknowledging workers' right to protest, CDHR urged staff to avoid legal action and encourage trade union and management to engage in peaceful dialogue to restore unity and a positive work environment. President Bola Tinubu's job approval rating has reportedly risen to 40% as of March 2025, according to new data from NOI polls, reflecting a steady climb from the low of 11% in February 2024. The increase suggests growing acceptance of its economic reform, though much of the public remains wary amid ongoing hardship, high living costs, and unemployment. Analysts attribute to uptick to either resignation to economic conditions or improved perception among some Nigerians. However, critics and opposition leaders, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, denounced the administration's performance as disappointing, citing deepening insecurity, inflation, and lack of tangible development. Many experts also questioned the validity of the poll and urged that the government's reform have yet to produce meaningful relief for most citizens. Saudi Arabia's armed forces are on high alert to prevent any security breaches during the 2025 Hajj operation. Chief of General Staff Lieutenant General Fayeda Al-Rawali inspected troops' readiness to Arafat Airport, emphasizing the effort's roles in surveillance and securing airspace over the holy site. The naval forces are also deployed to safeguard seaports and handle emergencies. In addition, the Ministry of Defense has launched a medical plan covering 36 health centers, offering over 1,040 beds and staffed by more than 1,790 healthcare workers to support pilgrims. The National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, have sealed 4 localized milling companies in Nasarawa State for producing substandard rice. The operation carried out in Otobalafi Masaka Main Market and the Motor Park also led to the seizure of branded rice bags, sealing machines, and other packaging materials. A Nigerian brewery depot in Masaka was also shut down for poor storage condition. NAFDAC said the action aimed to prevent unsafe food products from entering the market ahead of Eid-el-Kabir. The agency urged Nigerians to buy only NAFDAC-approved products and pledged continuous enforcement to safeguard public health. Similarly, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, have sealed 39 illegal packaged water factories in Ogun State between February and June 2025. Ogun's second state coordinator, Mr. Mo Benu, revealed that 43 facilities were inspected, with 39 found in violation of goods manufacturing practices. Offenses include operating with expired license, using fake registrations numbers, and shifting production to unapproved sites. Benue emphasized the agency's commitment to eliminating unregistered and unsafe products and urged public cooperation in reporting illegal activities to protect public health. Still from Nasarawa State, the Nasarawa State Police Command has arrested 2 suspects from traffickers transporting high-grade fames from Benue to Ilorin, Kwara State. Acting on intelligence, officers intercepted the suspect Lawal Sani, a commercial driver, and Dairu Abdullahi, a cattle trader, early Wednesday in Lafia. Recovered items included a general-purpose machine gun, 3 AK-47 rifle, a Tab 06 rifle, over 1,100 rounds of ammunition, and a Toyota bus. The suspect allegedly received 500,000 naira for the delivery. Police says the operation is part of a border effort to disrupt illegal armed networks and warn that Nasarawa will not be a haven for criminal activities. Another report on fight against crime has it that police have recovered the body of a US-based attack by suspected herdsman in Umogamu, Owerri West, Imo State. The victim's wife remained missing after being abducted during the incident. The returnees, an indigene of Ihiala, Anambra State, was inspecting a property with his wife and land agent when their vehicle was ambushed by masked gunmen. He was shot in the head while trying to escape. Authorities have launched an investigation as the search for the adopted woman continues. Strict sanctions for violation. Education Minister Dr. Tunji Al-Ausa, in a memo to the National Universities Commission (NUC), emphasized that any new campus must receive prior approval through the ministry. He criticized the proliferation of poorly resourced satellites, calling the trend a threat to the integrity of sustainability to tertiary education. The NUC has previously declared such campuses illegal and mandated their closure, reaffirming its commitment to uphold academic standard. In a related development, the National Universities Commission (NUC) has granted full accreditation to 6 programs at Summit University of Kwara State. The accredited courses: microbiology, biochemistry, computer science, accounting, business administration, and public science, will hold the status for 5 years. Dr. Shola, as a National Publicity Secretary of the Unsounding Society, praised the achievement as proof of the university's academic quality and infrastructure. As admission for 2025/2026 begins, the university is prompting its transformative skills framework and offering scholarship to support students. Former Mr. Nigeria and founder of the Daji Bakare Talent Search Company, Deji Bakare, has launched a national competition, Eco Sketch to Fame Nigeria. The spotlight and Empire Street tailor arose the country. The contest, running until October 1st, 2025, will feature a series of tailoring and design challenge assessed by industry's experts. Applications open from June 10 to August 10th, with auditions set for September 10. Participants can register via the official website and Instagram. Nearly 1 million children under 5 in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) are set to benefit from the 2025 Seasonal Malaria Chemoprevention (SMSC) campaign, flagged off in Abuja. The program, coordinated by the National and FCT Malaria Elimination Programs with support from the Malaria Council's target 983,000 children across all 6 area councils. The campaign uses trained community distributors and anti-malarial drugs door to door from June to October. Officials say the initiative, first introduced in 2022, has led to a 41% drop in confirmed malaria cases. Plans for 2025 include partnering with faith-based organizations to reach urban and gated communities. Security forces have killed 45 bandits in a coordinated operation near Kuchi town in Munya local government area of Niger State. Acting on intelligence, operatives from the Department of State Service DSS, supported by military, intercepted over 100 armed fighters believed to be heading to an attack. The assailants linked to bandit leader Dogo Gide and trace from Zamfara and Kaduna State were ambushed before reaching their target. Several bandits were injured and weapons and motorcycles were recovered. 5 DSS officers sustained injuries. The operation marked a shift towards intelligence-led preemptive tactics in tackling banditry. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has conferred Nigerian third highest national honor, Commander of Order of the Federation Republic, on Microsoft co-founder and philanthropist Bill Gates. The award was presented during a private ceremony at Tinubu's Lagos residence on Thursday. According to a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the honor recognizes Gates' long-standing contributions to Nigeria in areas such as maternal health, agriculture, and infectious diseases research. Tinubu praised Gates for his global leadership and dedication to improving the lives of the underprivileged. The recognition follows Gates' recent announcement in Addis Ababa that a majority of $200 billion from the foundations over the next 20 years will go towards health and development initiatives in Africa. NATO leaders are facing internal division ahead of the upcoming summit in the argue particularly over how to engage with Ukraine amid U.S. Donald Trump's shift in policy. While European allies want President Volodymyr Zelensky to attend as a significant of continued support, the U.S. remain hesitant. Trump administration has called on Ukraine NATO ambition, softened on Russia's, and stalled military assistance. Diplomat sources suggest Zelensky may be presented only at a ceremonial dinner with no formal talk planned. Meanwhile, the summit is expected to prioritize a defense spending compromise with little mention of Ukraine's membership bid to avoid further discord. Amnesty International has called for a transparent investigation into a recent military airstrike in Zamfara State that killed at least 20 local vigilantes and injured many others. The strike, which occurred in Maraya and Wabi village in Maru local government areas, mistakenly targeted vigilantes defending their communities from bandits. Amnesty described the attack as unlawful and highlighted similar incidents, including a January airstrike that killed 16 community guards in Maradon local government areas. The group urged Nigerian authorities to bring justice to the victims and condemn repeated civilian casualties caused by military air raids. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has launched the Olusegun Obasanjo Leadership Institute to tackle leadership challenges across Africa. In a statement by its media aide Kehinde Akinyemi, Obasanjo described the institute as a platform to train principled and people-focused leaders, drawing inspiration from military discipline and strategic policy training. Inaugurating its governing boards in Abeokuta, he said the institute, affiliated with Bells University and approved by the NUC, is now fully operational. Obasanjo credited over 70 years of leadership observation in Africa as the motivation behind the initiatives. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Some TV.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your...
Commissioner, Ministry of Waste Management and Resource Innovations, Honorable Shonzin James Bernard, on behalf of the ministry, wish to inform the general public that from now onward and as part of our ongoing commitment to maintaining a clean and sustainable environment, the Ministry of Waste Management and Resource Innovations frowns at the way citizens of the state don't keep their immediate environment clean, dump waste indiscriminately across the state like in the gutters, thereby blocking drainages and waterways, causing flooding. It is on this regard that I wish to communicate some significant changes and regulations that will take effect immediately. 1. Keep your immediate surrounding clean. Take responsibility of waste generated by you. Package your waste properly to be taken to certified dump sites. Avoid dumping waste in gutters and waterways.
Welcome back. Coming up next, the federal government has inaugurated the Northeast First Liquefied to Compressed Natural Gas LCNG facility in Yola, Adamawa State. Developed by Greenvilla LNG, the plant converts LNG to CNG for domestic, industrial, and transport use. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, described the project as a milestone in the Decades of Gas initiative aimed at expanding clean gas access and economic growth. Governor Amadu Fintri, represented by his deputy, praised the initiative alignment with climate goals. Greenvilla's chairman, Eddie Broke, announced over $1 billion in gas infrastructure investment nationwide. Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru has confirmed the renewed Boko Haram resurgence in Borno State linked to border effort by insurgents to destabilize the Sahel region. During a visit to a military institution in Kaduna, he stated that the Nigerian Armed Forces have recently intensified operations, eliminating several insurgents. Badaru emphasized a combined military and community-based approach to national security, citing progress in research and local production of military equipment. He commended the Defense Academy and Air Force Institute of Technology for innovation, supporting self-resilience, and praised their roles in officer training and infrastructure development. Obuko Data Ahogoifie, councillor of Iwerni Ward 8 in Ugali North local government area of Delta State, has died after collapsing while playing football in his community. His sudden passing comes less than 2 months after the death of another councillor in the same local government area, Friday Ohemowermu of Uweru Ward 16. The chairman of Ugeli North, Jaro Egbo, described Algofie as a dedicated legislator and mourned the loss as deeply painful. Agoifel is the third serving councillor in Delta State to die in office within 9 months. Ohaneziel Ndigbo Worldwide has scheduled a public hearing for Friday on review its constitution. The Secretary General Emeka Sabaidu announced that the event will take place at a group Enugu Secretariat and is open to all. He encouraged Igbos from all Igbo-speaking states and scholars to participate and contribute to shaping the organization's future. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has stated that Nigeria would be in a far worsened condition without the prayer of its citizens. Speaking at the RCCG headquarters in Lagos during an event with security and paramilitary personnel, Adeboye warned against resistment of the power of prayer, noting that even a 1-week pause in intercession would lead to alarming consequences. He emphasized that true security comes from divine protection and praised security agencies for their efforts.